how much longer are you going to choose the feeling of this short-lived self-gratification, thinking that you know things so well and others don't understand you because your scenario is so special and nobody gets the things you're going through, but and your scenario doesn't apply to anybody else. It's you're in your own lane. And when somebody gives you advice and they might be more experienced and more successful in the area that you would want to be, and they're like, dude, Johnson, I call you Johnson, bro, like I think you could really benefit from this. And you're like, you pretend to be listening. That's almost what they're like, yeah. Just like say yeah. And you can tell people aren't listening to you, by the way. When you give someone advice and they're like, they already are full of themselves, you can just tell they're not listening. Yeah. And then the moment you finish, you're like, yeah, nah, bro, but I tried, but that doesn't work for me because, or they're like, nah, bro, that's not what I have to do. Like, I know it myself. You know everything, right? You know everything so well. That's why you're stuck. That's why you're fat, chubby, blaming everything on life, being miserable. But when you're around people, you act like you know everything. You don't want to take in advice because people choose the pleasure of knowing something or feeling important, the self-importance, over actually learning and putting yourself in a low enough position. And that is so dumb because in the long term, these little smart people will feel terrible after a while because guess what? Once you lie to yourself and you feel like you know everything, because let's be honest, we've all been there. When somebody gives you advice and then that person you like rejected thinking like you're cool, like, yeah, nah, bro, I already knew that, but that doesn't work, like, whatever. At the end of the day, when you're home alone and you'll think back and reflect on the day and you're like, dude, like, I haven't learned anything. You haven't progressed. And once you start actually becoming a student instead of a teacher, y'all try to teach too much and y'all are empty. Let's be honest. Half of y'all who don't have their finance, they're literally 30, 40 years old, aren't in the financial position they want to be. Their wives aren't happy, they're chubby, and they blame the whole world. Outside world. Well, my situation is different. You don't know me. My case is so much different. Like, I literally have to deal with this mental trauma first. Keep making these excuses. You're so right, bro. You're so right. Maybe you should go on Reddit and go type in the sad section explaining your problem, feeling good about yourself. And then people like me who actually put in the work, humble themselves, and fucking I mentioned this example in every video, but basically quit taking a cold shower every morning. In 5 years along the line, when we actually succeeded, when we actually have results and gotten better, and you're just stuck there with your chubby self, still taking a shower, cold, like warm shower, and you're like, well, thinking about yourself, you're like, life's not that good. Life's never going to be good for you. You're never going to be hit with a wave of motivation, and that will change your life. Okay? I had a couple thoughts brewing in my mind for you guys. One of them being, there's always a reason for evolution. Whether you believe that God made you the way you are or not, you can see signs of evolution in every perspective, in every aspect of life. People and things change for a certain purpose, okay? The reason we have evolution is, for example, monkeys changed, or the reason that whales in the past, maybe a couple million years ago, used to have legs or whatever, and now they don't, is all because of a purpose, because of an adaptation, and you adapt for a reason, right? So, thinking with this mentality, this is something I learned newly, by the way. Today I was on the tram thinking about this. There's always a reason for adaptation. You will always improve in some area in respect to something. And the way this reflects to you is because half of y'all who go through hard things in life, and by the way, every evolution always comes because some hard situation, some situation that is unbearable, change or forced evolution within that animal or creature. And they had to change, they had to adapt to the situation. Maybe the certain fly developed its ability to suck blood out of thicker skinned animals. Had to develop another strategy, okay? With this approach, if you truly think to yourself and you look at these people who are half dead and something hard happens to them and they're like, dude, life's so hard, man. That's fine. I mean, this guy is so lucky. He's so lucky. I'll never. And then they see a girl at the gym. They're like, the guy must be lucky. Why is he so lucky? I'm so much better, man. Literally every thought that a man had. Okay. Every thought, every man thought, this guy's lucky he has a Ferrari. This guy's lucky he has a girl. This guy's lucky he has this. This guy is lucky he has that. And the reason things happen to him and he doesn't get better through that, you literally get hit with an obstacle. And while other people like me or other people who see things as an opportunity, who see things to grow in that area, they get hit with the hard things and they actually are like, dude, how can this improve me? While you get hard in a situation, you're stuck working a job because maybe you got a big medical expense and now you have to work even harder, work overtime. And the reason people die of that, you can see people like becoming like zombies. They turn off their emotions, and this little hard thing that happens to them basically turns them into this emotionless, disgusting, lazy being. Is because they don't adapt to that, because they don't tell their body, they don't give their body a purpose to adapt. You don't have a purpose to change yourself. When something hard hits you and you're like, this guy's so lucky, man, and you expect hard things not to hit you, and when they do, you're like unprepared and you don't give a you think that's like an unfortunate situation. You're like, that wasn't supposed to happen. Dude, my relative died when I was like 25, so and then you comment shit under my videos like, oh dude, there's people who can't have it, who don't have it that easy. Good for you. You don't have it that easy. Some of y'all get these problems. They don't grow through that because you don't see that. You don't tell your body to adapt. Your body needs a reason to adapt. Why would you get better? For survival, right? But why would your body force yourself to survive? Why would your body improve itself to survive if all you do after you survive is like your frequency is lower than death? Your frequency, the frequency state that you're in, is lower than if you were dead, if you were to do nothing. And you expect your body to have the strength to make your vessel survive? Your body's supposed to go, this lazy piece of shit who has no frequency, you can't do anything but blame himself and comment negativity on the internet. And at the end of the day, when he suddenly starts crying in his bed because his subconscious catches up to his lies. Deep, right? Yeah, it is. Because that's the truth for many people. And then you're like, well, I don't get better. Well, hard things kill me. I don't work like that. My body doesn't work like that. Meh. Don't lie to yourself, brother. Don't lie to yourself. Dude, so many people I see. I was going to work a week ago. I don't think I've told you all this story. I was sitting in the bus going to work. It was like 6, I think it was 14 past 6 a.m. Okay, where I live, it's quite cold right now, and I saw a kid, like probably my age, like 20 maybe, sitting in his Mercedes, and he was going the opposite way. I was going with the bus, and we made eye contact. And I pointed at this guy. I was like, "Nice car, bro." Like, did this, and he was like this. It was like he had his car there while I was sitting in the fucking bus like a dumbass. And he does this like it was nice, obviously, not being an asshole, but. And I think to myself, that fucking pisses me off. And there's people who see that and they're like, they don't get demotivated. They get demotivated. They don't give a fuck about that. I don't understand. I genuinely have such a hard time understanding people. I have a hard time understanding people who watch the Kim Kardashians and they watch these women spending $500,000 on some dress while they have to calculate what food they can afford. Today's oven pizza. And they don't give a fuck. You literally don't have this survival instinct where you get even more motivated through hardship and want to push yourself harder. How do you not have that, brother? How? I'm genuinely asking you guys. Some of y'all, those who probably feel offended right now and pissed, and they're like, what can I comment in this? What can I comment against them? I'm asking y'all, how do you get the energy to watch other people win in life, and other than commenting shit? Y'all don't do anything. You don't implement what I'm saying. I'm clearly more motivated or disciplined or whatever you want to call it than you. Because I get my shit done. I came from a workout. I hit the meal. I ate the steak that I paid myself for. Some people are like, dude, like I saw a post on Instagram of a guy saying, how to eat healthy, and he was showing like steak, honey, stuff like that. And there were people, all the comments filled with these negative fat people who are like, you're basically saying, what was it? They were like, bro expects us all to be rich. Not everybody is rich, buddy. Grow up. And I click on his profile. This motherfucker eating fucking waffles. Waffle with like maple syrup. Disgusting. Disgusting people. I get it. You get the urges. You're like, dude, I want to eat this. You have a sweet tooth or whatever. I love sweets. I fucking love sweets. Haribos, whatever. I don't eat them anymore. I used to up until probably 6 months ago. My girlfriend knows. I was like, she used to laugh at me. She was like, oh, you want to get this thing again? But I don't anymore. It's all a choice. If you're blessed enough to live in a first world country where you have control and you're older than 16 and you can work to get the food that you want, or you can work to get the membership, you can work to do this, and you're still like, I don't have any time. I don't have any time. Stop lying to yourself. Check your fucking. The thing is, people have so many excuses, and they genuinely are so disconnected from reality through their delusions because that's the way they survive. They escape this feeling of. They want to escape this feeling of self-accountability, responsibility. So they've lied to themselves. And the thing is, you have to be, in order to be consistently lying to yourself, you need to drag yourself across the mud. You have to be lying to yourself so much. You have to be consistent in all your lies that your life genuinely has to get worse. Such a sad reality. Because people don't understand certain actions, certain answers you can only get once you've done the action. You can't sit there, self-analyze or meditate the whole day and expect yourself to get the secrets of life. How to be disciplined. That's what I used to think. That's what I used to do. Never took action, spent 2-3 months just thinking of the same thing, and then at the end of the 2-3 months, all the knowledge that I consumed, how to build $100 million business, Alex Hormozi. Alex Hormozi is great. I have nothing to say. I can't say anything to him because he has clearly more experience and more success than me. Even if I were to think or disagree or whatever with him, just don't have the rights, okay? He has more experience than me. Even when I don't agree, it doesn't matter. But don't want to get too much off topic. I had another something that I wanted to discuss with y'all. Yeah, that was it. So let me sit straight. Sometimes what's holding you back is not even the difficulty of doing something, it's simply the difficulty of starting. Y'all probably get what I mean. If you're a person like me, the problem for you is not to finish something, it's to start something. Sit your ass down and start. But once you start, it's going to be way easier. I don't know if y'all have studied physics. There is so basically, friction is harder on an object that's not moving. Okay? Imagine it like this. Imagine the material. Okay, I'm not going to fucking teach you all physics, but imagine the materials like this. This is two objects that aren't moving. You can't see these microparticles, but that's how they are. They're not moving. It's hard to kind of pull them apart, right? But once you do pull them apart and you want to keep pushing it like this, since they're not interlocked, it's way easier to push something once it's already in motion. Y'all probably know when you're pushing something hard like a box, whatever it is, you have to kind of give it a hard push in the beginning, but once it starts pushing, it's way easier to lift it. And that's how life is. That's why I kind of like physics. I know it's not going to make me money in the future, but the way many things in life are so related that you can take something and apply it somewhere else. Okay, that is pretty much a consistent occurrence that I see everywhere. Physics relates to life. You just have to find a balance. And there's the energy that you will take deciding if you should do something is gonna drain you so much more than simply starting without any thought, just getting up. And what I'm trying to tell you is, I'm not trying to tell you not to think and just do it, because that's not solving the issue by its root. It's maybe cutting the problem by a part, but you have to kind of pull the problem by a fold. You have to plan your day from the night before. I know y'all probably have heard that somewhere. It's nothing unique that I'm telling y'all. It's nothing special to me. But once y'all already plan your day from the night before, and your brain already knows, and your mind and body is already preparing for what to do the next day while you're sleeping in your subconscious, it's going to be way easier to wake up because you're like, okay, I know what to do. I know what to do. So you dedicate all your energy on doing it rather than deciding on how to do it. This is something important. That's what I wanted to tell you guys, because the way I see it, there's two types of energy tanks that you all have. One of them is for discipline, drain, and then once the tank depletes, obviously your discipline disappears. But the second one that many people don't consider is making the decision on whether you're going to study or not, whether you're going to do this and this. So the way you should have as a rule of thumb is you have 3 points every day that you can spend on making major decisions, or decisions that are hard for you. When you wake up early and you're like, fuck, like you hate everything and you're negative, am I going to take a cold shower? Yes, no. You know what? Yes, I will. Okay, 1 point removed. Second, am I going to hit the gym? Oh, will I hate my life? Whatever. Sure, I'll go. Boom, gone. You already spent so much energy on running all these simulations in your mind. What happens if I do? What happens if I don't? Should I not? That it might seem nothing, because it's not energy that you exert physically. It's energy that you have mentally. And something that most people do know or realize, anybody who's in self-improvement should know this, a lot of the things, like 80-90% of self-improvement is just mental. Even if you're skinny, if you have the brain to be consistent, to crush your goals with aggression and purpose, the rest can kind of come easy. You don't necessarily have to lift a 16 kilo dumbbell in order to gain discipline and gain muscle. You can lift a 12 kilo dumbbell, maybe 8 kilos if you're completely new and you're skinny. That's fine. That's not the problem. The problem is not moving. Slow motion is better than no motion. That's how they say it. Yeah. But yeah, that's what I wanted to discuss today, because so many people I see just slaving around. I say this in many videos, but it just pisses me off, and nothing changes. The whole world is built on just slaving around, having no ambition, no purpose, and then complaining. And when they do see people who actually are ambitious, because I used to be like that too. I used to see people who crush their goals and have purpose and are aggressive and genuinely have something to live for, and they're just slaving away. I always look at them, I used to get pissed, because I was like, what the fuck am I living life for? Why is life for them so beautiful while I'm just being this little depressed kid, thinking I'm such a smart ass? I know everything, I know. If you know the world, then why are you still slaving? Clearly you don't know enough. Clearly your knowledge isn't complete. Keep yourself self-accountable. Keep yourself accountable and never ever lie to yourself. Reality always catches up to you. See you, boys. Good luck.